Hello and potentially good morning. I'm Samantha Harrison. Today I'm going to guide you through a short kind of wake me up or all over full body, just stretch and work the kinks out sequence. And again, this is kind of meant to be done in the morning, but really can be done anytime throughout the day. So start by coming to stand, feet underneath your hips, arms by your side. Find a nice posture for a moment and take a second just to close your eyes while you roll the shoulders up, back, and down a couple times. Feel the floor beneath you, your feet. Maybe take a second to just rock your weight back and forth in your feet until eventually you find where you feel balanced. And then grounding down through the feet. Let's just inhale, big sweep out and up, look up. Exhale, release the arms down. We're going to do two more like that. Inhale, sweep. Exhale, down. Last one. Inhale, reach and stretch up. Exhale, lower. Now adding on. Inhale, stretch up. I'm mirroring you. Grab your right wrist and stretch over to your left. Nice full breath. Breathing into your side. And inhale, back up. Grab the other wrist, stretch over, and breathe. Inhale, up again. And then as you exhale, lower the arms. We're gonna do a slow roll down through our back to stretch the whole back side of our body. So begin, I'm gonna turn to the side so you can see. Start with just dropping chin to chest. Try not to let the shoulders round just yet. Can't let your head drop anymore. Now allow the shoulders to round forward. Imagine there's a weight dangling from the crown of your head, so your head's nice and heavy. Bend the legs a little, and just begin to roll down your spine. Feeling a nice stretch down your back. Bend the legs as much as you like, and just hang here for a second. Maybe do a little sway. Bending and straightening into it one leg at a time. Checking in. And then keep the head heavy as you slowly roll back up. Roll your shoulders back, squeeze your glutes a little bit, and then reach your arms back and lift your chest. Giving a little back bend. And then lower. Okay, now we're just going to move through some simple half-sun salutations. So from standing in mountain pose, arms rotate out. Inhale, sweep up, stretch up. So you exhale, reach out to the sides, hinge, fold forward. Inhale to come halfway up, find a long spine, shoulders back. Exhale down. Inhale, sweep out and up. Let's go right back into it. Exhale, reach out, keeping that long spine until you fold forward, bending the legs as much as you like. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep out and up. One more time, exhale, right back down into your fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep out and up. Adding on this time, exhale, reach out and fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Now, bring your hands down and step one foot back, lower the knee, other foot back, and come to tabletop. Wrist under the shoulders, knees underneath your hips. We're gonna move through our cat and cow to move through our spine a little more. Inhale, allow the belly to drop, lift the chest, look up. Exhale to round. And again, inhale, just move with the breath. Try to get as much movement through your whole spine as you can. So when you're a cow, focus on drawing the shoulders back, really reaching the sternum forward. And when you're in cat, focus on trying to get the low back to round even more. One more time. The next time that you're in cat, which is the rounded position, keep your back rounded. but then push your hips back a little bit and just feel that stretch in your back. You might even move your hips a little side to side. Take another breath. And then let your knees widen and take a child's pose. Sit back. You can either stretch your hands forward and let your forehead rest on the ground, or you can take your elbows wide, stack your hands, and rest your head. But just take a few deep breaths. Notice how your back feels here. More. And now reach your arms forward if they're not already. We're gonna do a side stretch here. So walk your hands over to the right, left hand can hook over, and stretch on over there. Really reach out through that left arm so you feel a nice big stretch in the left side. You can even kind of play around with rotating your torso. See where you have the greatest line of tension for a stretch. And breathe. Good, and now walk the hands all the way over to the other side, to the left, right hand on top. Press down through that hand. Try to keep your elbow up and breathe. And maybe play around with rotating your torso a little bit. And then back to the center and come forward. Now let's come back to our table, and we're going to do a little rotation with a thread the needle movement. So you're gonna stay in tabletop, but as you inhale, you're gonna twist toward the right and reach your right arm up to the ceiling. Stretch up. Exhale as you thread that arm. We're not gonna bring the shoulder down, just hover that hand off the floor and really try to twist and reach out through that hand. And then inhale, unwind, come back up. Exhale, thread again, reach. Feel that stretch in the upper back. Inhale. Exhale, reach. Now this time, if you'd like, you can set your whole arm and shoulder down and set the side of your head down. There's a few different things you can do here. You can just keep your left hand on the floor as it is and push into it to get a little more rotation. You could reach your left hand forward, or you could wrap it behind your back. You won't be here too long, just a few deep breaths. Good. And then push into that hand, unwind back up and down. All right, and let's switch sides. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, thread it through, hover that arm. Inhale, untwist. Exhale, thread, hover, reach, 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 reach. One more time, untwist. And reach. And then this time, set the shoulder, the arm down, side of the head down. And again, you have options here. Right hand can stay where it is. You can reach it forward, or you can wrap it behind your back, wherever it feels best for you this morning. And breathe. One more breath. And then push into the hand, unwind, and down. Let's come to sit. If you have something to sit up on, I would recommend sitting up on something, but if you don't, actually let's not sit on something for a second. Let's go ahead and move through different seated positions without using our hands. So you can repeat what I'm doing, but you can also just explore and move in other ways. I'm gonna time us, and we're just gonna move our legs around as many different ways as you can. You're not trying to stay in any one position. You're just keeping moving, warming up, and loosening up the hips. Of course, you can repeat different positions. Keep it going. All right, good job. Okay, now let's come back to sit up on our cushion or whatever you have to sit up on. If you don't have anything to sit up on, it's fine. You just might not be quite as comfortable, quite as long on the floor. But sit with your legs crossed if that's okay. And we're gonna do some really big shoulder rolls here. So just start first with lifting your shoulders up to your ears. I want you to squeeze those upper traps, squeeze the shoulders to your ears. And then exhale, push them down and really push the shoulders down, depressing the scapula. And then inhale, elevate, slide up, squeeze. And then exhale. One more time. Inhale, lift, 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 lift. Exhale, push. Good. Now we're gonna move forward and back. So try not to let the whole torso move in space. You're just trying to get the shoulders to go forward and then squeeze and pinch back. Again, forward and squeeze back. Last time, forward, back, and then come back to the center. Now, let's go ahead and do big shoulder rolls. So up, back, down, and forward. And try to hit each position as big as you can. So you're not just loosey-goosey shoulder rolls. These are like really intentional and really squeezing your muscles in the upper back and the shoulders. Let's go ahead and reverse directions. And you can start to smooth the circle out, but still keep that same range. So you're hitting each of those positions. Good. And then now, just to wake up our brain a little bit, because this is fun, try taking your right shoulder, I'm hearing you. Go ahead and start to circle it back. And then when you get that going, try joining in with the left going forward. And don't worry if that's not happening. I've been practicing this a lot, so it took me a while. Just play around with it. Again, waking up your brain, waking up your shoulders, and then can we reverse? So get the left shoulder going. So I never actually have played double dutch, but I imagine if I did, it would be like you start one and then you join in with the next. So do that here, left shoulder back, and then when you get it going, right shoulder forward. Big circles, waking up the brain, coordination. All right, release, nice. Now we're gonna circle our neck. So for this, I'm actually going to set my feet out and wrap my arms around and hook and clasp my hands. This is gonna create some tension because we wanna keep our spine stable as we circle our neck. So we're just isolating the neck. So I'm pulling a little bit with my hands here, and then drop your chin towards your chest, really squeezing the front of the neck without rounding the rest of the spine. Begin to take your right ear over towards your shoulder without tipping your whole torso. And you can't go any further there. Rotate your head to look over the right shoulder. And then lift your head to look up to the ceiling. So it's as if you're drawing a huge circle with your nose. Turn the head to look to the left, ear to shoulder, and chin to chest. One more in that direction. Ear to shoulder, rotate, look up, over, ear to shoulder, chin to chest, and reverse. Now I meant to say, if you feel any kind of pinchiness or sharp feelings with this, then definitely back out. If you're hearing some Rice Krispies or it just feels like a big stretch, then that's something that you can work through. And the Rice Krispies are normal, especially in the morning. This is why it's so good to do in the morning. Full range in your neck. As big as you can without moving the rest of the spine. And then go ahead and lift your head, shake it out. Good. And then we're gonna do a little bit of work laying on our back. So go ahead and come to lay down. And we're gonna start with the hip stretch. So let's go ahead and cross your right ankle over your left thigh. And if you're doing this potentially somewhere in your bedroom, you could actually get back on your bed and do this next little bit. So go ahead and lift the left foot up. You could either just hold here, or you can reach through and hold the back of your leg. Have your right foot nice and active and just feel that stretch in the outer hip. Breathe and close the eyes. Make sure you're not tensing up in your jaw. Another full breath. And then go ahead, release that. Let's do the other side. Cross left ankle over, lift, and maybe hold the back of the leg, or again, you could always just do this without using your hand, and I'm using my leg to push into my ankle and my ankle back at my leg, creating a little active resistance there. One more breath. And then go ahead and bring both knees in, stretch your legs out, get a hamstring stretch, point and flex your feet. Keep the legs still, but circle through the ankles. Get out some Rice Krispies. Go the other way. Good. And then let's set both feet down, feet wide, legs bent. Open your arms either into cactus or to a T and just let your knees drop side to side. Maybe turn your head in the opposite direction with your knees. One more twist. Good, then come back to the center. If you want to do a full body stretch, go ahead and stretch and lengthen out one time. Reach and lengthen. You can kind of in a small space, I can't quite do that. Go ahead and lengthen. And then hug your knees to your chest, massage your back. And then from here, we're just gonna go ahead and come to sit. So you can either rock up or roll to the side and slowly come to sit. We're not gonna take a formal Shavasana, but instead we're gonna have just a few moments of meditation. So if you have, again, something to sit up on, sit up. Elevating your hips, sitting with the legs crossed. Hands in your lap. Take a second to just wiggle around. And take a moment just to check in. Notice how you feel now, physically, mentally, emotionally. Comparing now to before we first started. And then bring your focus to your breath. Feel air moving in and out the nose. And while it's totally normal for your mind to start to try to move on to what you're going to be doing next in your day, see if you can just remind yourself that you're still here. This video is still rolling and you're still practicing yoga. And so instead of letting your mind kind of wander off, bring your attention back to the feeling of your body and your breath. Air moving in and out the nose, movement in the belly, ribs and chest. And to help keep you focused, you could even silently to yourself just repeat as you inhale here, exhale now. Here, now. Just keep repeating that to yourself. When you realize you're drifting off again, not a problem. The practice is one of noticing that and coming back. That's why it's called a practice. Just start over again and again. Remember, you can take mindfulness with you into the rest of your day. It doesn't have to end right now. You can practice mindful eating, mindful driving, mindful conversations, people people. It's really just focusing on the present. What's happening right in front of you. From here, let's take 3 deep breaths together. When you're ready, take a full breath in. Let it go. 2 more, breathe in. And out. Last time, inhale. Let it go. Hands together in front of your heart. You can bow your head down in gratitude for the time you've had here together. You've had for yourself, taking care of yourself so that you can feel good and be better able to help and take care of others and the people you love. The light in me sees and honors the light within you. Namaste. Thank you for practicing with me and hope you feel good. Have a great day.